Thank you, Maximo, for introducing me. I'm a postdoc researcher at the Faculty of the Industry Design Engineering, TU Delft, working on the COALA project. As mentioned by Stefan, COALA facilitates augmented analytics and on-job training. In the following slides, I will provide more details. Let me expand on the example functions of augmented analytics for you. First, we have got a cognitive advisor. The tool collects a vast amount of the data from shop floor and analyzes them in real time. And what is even more exciting is that the users can monitor these analytics through the interactive conversation. And the cognitive advisor not only collects and analyzes the data, but it's also explained recommendation to user to improve the trustworthiness and achieve transparency. Additionally, the context-aware features streamline the interaction between the users and the analytics, makes the whole process much more user-friendly. Imagine you are a factory manager and you would like to know what the fluid consumptions of one of your machines will be like in next 15 days. You can simply initiate a conversation with COALA. COALA start off by figuring out what you are after by extracting your intent, which in this case is to get a prediction. Once COALA recognizes what you are after, and it goes ahead and retrieves relevant information from a graph database. Next up, COALA takes the machine data and the shop floor data and feeds them into a prediction model. COALA now provides you a predict result, which gave you a clear understanding of the machine's status. Regarding also on the job training, here is what's happening with the operators and the cognitive advisors. Essentially, they are working together to share the knowledge and improve their skills. The operators can communicate with the cognitive advisors through a back and forth dialogue, sharing the information and ask for guidance. Based on their expertise, the operators receive advice from the cognitive advisor, and which helps them to grow and improve in their job. But here is the cool part. The cognitive advisors advising behavior change as operator progress and learn. So it's not just one-way street. The cognitive advisor is learning and adapting the right amount along the operators. And this is the ultimate goal for the cognitive advisor to identify and instill the best practice in the operators. By doing so, they will be able to work more efficiently, avoid mistakes, and become expert in their field. So this is a win-win for everyone. The operators get improve their skills, and the factory benefits from having highly skilled workers on the job. Let me give you a rundown on the on-job training process and its three key functionalities. First, the novice worker can ask instructions from the system, and the system in return break down the task into a small and manageable steps. This makes it much easier for novice worker to understand what is need to be done and how to do it. Next up, the system allows more experienced worker to share their knowledge and the expertise with the novice workers. That helps to bridge the gap between the experience levels and ensure that novice workers have all the information they need to get the job done right. Finally, the system provides the learning content in the form of the learning nugget as explained by showing the example by Massimo. Those learning nuggets are bite-size of the piece of the information that are easy to digest and help novice worker to understand the task and at the hand. So whether you are a seasonal pro or just starting out, the on-job training process has got you covered. So yeah, give me a sec. Okay. When it came to design COALA, our competent advisor, there are three key aspects we need to pay close attention to, which are settings, ethics, and privacy. Let's talk about how to deploy COALA in the manufacturer settings. COALA can come in different forms, depends on how people want to interact with it. For example, you can interact with COALA through the screen, or you can use your voice to interact with it, or you can use a combination of the both. However, when it comes to the manufacturer settings, things can get a bit complicated. The factory can be a very noisy place, and with some machine generate over 100 decibel of the noise. This means that using voice-based interaction method can be not very practical. So to make the things easier for our users in the factories, we design COALA can be as a text-based cognitive assistant. This way we can use COALA without having worry about the noise, and you can simply type your request and COALA will respond. And with COALA being text-based, you can use it on the screens, and which make it even more accessible for everyone. And we make sure everyone in the factory can use COALA and to get the benefits it offers. When it came to the application of the AI ethics, there are some important issues that we need to consider. One of the key factors that influence AI ethics is the imbalance of the power between the employer and the employee. The use of the AI can sometimes result in a loss of the autonomy for employees, and those kind of there is something that we need to be mind of. Another issue to consider is the bias of in the training data. When we train the AI models, it's important to make sure that the data used to train the model is representative and free from the bias. However, this can be a challenge especially in manufacturing settings where the workforce might be biased in certain ways. For example, have a higher number of the male employees compared to female employees. To address these issues, we need to practice ethics by design. This means we need to think carefully about the ethical implication of AI design and design our system in a way that minimize harm and maximize the good. But even with carefully consideration, there are still potential issues that could raise. For example, employees may uncritically follow the recommendation of COALA, which could have negative consequence. As you can see, there are many unexplored issues when it comes to the AI ethics. We need to stay proactive in address these issues to ensure that user AI has a positive impact on the society. And another design aspect is privacy. Privacy is a big concern when it comes to the use of the COALA Cognitive Advisor in manufacturing settings. There are several factors that can impact workers' attitudes towards COALA, including the GDPR regulation, worker councils and the worker unions, and the labor laws. To address those concerns, we need to practice privacy by design. This means we need to design our system in a way that prioritizes privacy and protects the personal information of the workers. However, this can be challenging because many of the personalized functions of COALA may requires access to the personal data, and the customizing assistant requiring knowing user pseudonames. For example, if we restrict access to COALA, we might need to ask the operator to register with system and receive a pseudonym. And but if user mentions their co-workers in conversation with COALA, they are types of the issues we need to carefully consider when it came to privacy. So as you can see, privacy is a complex issue that requires carefully considerations. We need to take approach to privacy and design our system in a way that protects the personal information of workers. To tackle the design issues we discussed earlier, having a functional COALA advisor is a key. By using the prototype, we can give factory workers and managers a first look at what COALA can do and use their feedback to shape the final product. So let me tell you about our system overview for COALA prototype. And it's composed of the 6 different modules, and which include natural language unit and the dialogue management layer, and the AI reasoning and the planning layer, and the COALA mobile application, COALA dashboard, and also the system and the data security layer, and the data collection and the management layer. The last one, which will be manufacturing reasoning layer, each with its own unique set of the features and the capabilities. By using those modules together, we are able to create a powerful quantitative advisor that helps workers and managers in the factories. In the following demo video, I will show in 2 main stuff at the features. The first one is on-job learning. The second one is on-job assistant. So.
The on-the-job training assistant helps operators by suggesting relevant learning nuggets and answering frequently asked questions. For example, if a loom operator needs specific instructions, they can ask for them directly. How do I perform a fisherman's knot? The assistant gives them a link to a learning nugget on fisherman's knots that will open in a web browser. Operators can also ask to be shown a specific part of the loom. For example, they can ask, "What is a reed?" The assistant can also teach operators to troubleshoot the loom in an efficient way. The assistant will guide them step by step through the troubleshooting process while offering learning material in the form of learning nuggets. The first step of the process involves checking the loom indicator lights. The assistant offers several buttons to speed up the interaction and suggests a learning nugget on the topic. By clicking on the link, the operator can access the learning nugget. After returning to the assistant, they can continue with the troubleshooting process. After the operator selects an indicator color, the assistant also explains its meaning. Then it asks the operator to check if they found a broken thread. If the operator can't find a broken thread, it offers 2 learning nuggets on how to find them. The assistant asks if they managed to find the broken thread again. If successful, they can select yes or simply type yes. Next, the assistant asks if they need help drawing in. Here, the assistant can offer a video on how to do it. Then, the assistant asks if they need help knotting the broken thread. It offers several learning nuggets on the topic. Finally, now that the operator has located the problem and fixed the broken thread, the assistant asks if they need help starting the loom. If the operator answers yes, it offers a learning nugget on the topic. The operator has now completed their learning path, and the loom is operational again.
The demonstration is being conducted in English, and to make it easier to communicate with a wider audience. But here is the good news. COALA is not just limited to English, and it's also available in other language like Dutch and Italian. While the team is working to evaluate the COALA performance across different language this month, we want to make sure that COALA is not just effective in helping people in other language as it's in English. That way, no matter what language someone speaks, they can benefit from using COALA and all of its great features. Okay, thank you, and I will hand over to Inda for the Q&A sections.